welcome back, awesome Action Toy fans and subscribers. It is Acid Rain World time. It is review time. I've got both the sets of the Soil Ghosts finally reach me after spending around 10 days in quarantine. So things from overseas get to China and spend 10 days in quarantine. Yes, I know these are made in China, but they were shipped from Taiwan. Now, previously, PIA Club has shipped stuff to me directly from China, but I've complained to them because they charge me international shipping and then send locally, which means they actually profiteer from it. Very bad, PIA Club. That's very naughty of you. So maybe now they don't want me to complain, so they're shipping from Taiwan. It means I wait longer for my products. I'd rather get them shorter and pay the shipping that I'm meant to pay. Anyway, so here we are. We have Nazar and Golgo and Chief Koren and Doeg, or Doeg maybe, depending on how you want to pronounce that. Now, I first saw these, I believe it was 2014 or 2015. So we're looking at a long time ago. We are looking at 7 or 8 years ago. I will find some pictures and I will stick in the video for you somewhere around here, somewhere. I saw these in Hong Kong at a toy show. Now, I did speak to Kit Lau a few years ago about why these are delayed, and he said they were having problems with the joints because the joints are smaller and thinner, and I don't want joints that break, so they do take their quality control into consideration. Look fantastic. So here we can see the set with Chief Koren and Doeg, and we see the figures accessory. That backpack, is that fixed onto him? It's not shown as a separate accessory, so that'll be interesting to see. Look really cool. And then the other one we can see here with Nazar and Golgo. I like the look of the rifles, and those feet and legs do look interesting. Okay, so nothing more to do than to unpack these, set them up, take a look, and get into the review. So back in an instant for you guys. Okay, here we are, unboxed obviously and set up. My first thoughts, hit and miss. This is just my initial impression. The aesthetic is fantastic, the delivery not so much, but I'll tell you why that's my first impression in a minute. Some things are fantastic, amazing, I mean really well thought out, other things not so much. But that might change, that opinion might change as I go on and play more of these toys in this review. So let's take a closer look. Let's look at Nazar first of all. So here he is. He's got this fantastic head and breathing apparatus. It's got soft goods. The backwards legs there. It's got this gun, which is bad and amazing at the same time. I'll tell you why in a moment. Looks pretty cool. Not bad. Now, since I'm on him, things you can do. You can take off the vest if you want. You can take off the belt. This part here can come off. You can take out the pipe. You can take the head off, obviously, and then you can put the head, the pipe, and that little part and the belt onto another figure if you want to do a custom. So the cross compatibility with Acid Rain World and even other lines for customization is strong, which is really quite cool. Aesthetic looks really good. Now, this legs, which are backwards, I would tell you they look pretty cool. The feet are big, so they stand up easy. But I tell you what I don't like. They didn't put a joint in this part here. It's just a bend. That's just... For me, that was lazy. They should have put a joint here and a joint here. This should have been a double joint and that should have been a single joint. Or both double joints. For me, that's just lazy. But does look effective, does look good. I mean, you got a couple of these guys, and you got a satyr there. A couple of these guys can make a centaur or something. Looks pretty good. Let's go to Golgo or Golgo. Let's have a look. He's got this particularly menacing head sculpt. The pipes don't come off. and this is attached, or maybe it does come off. Does it come off? It doesn't appear to come off. It's part of his head and is also attached to this hood or to his vest there. So if you take the vest off, you have to take the head off too. That's what it appears, but have another close enough look. Looks really good. I really like it. He's probably my favourite head sculpt of the bunch. Looks fantastic. Soft goods again on the front, on his legs and the back. Normal legs. Really, really nice job there. We'll look at the weapons in a moment. The weapons have been fought out very well in some things. Chief Koren. Decent head sculpt, though better paint apps on that lower metal drawn better. His weapon there. Same body in essence as Golgo. This huge, great big knife in the back. There is a knife that goes here, but I put it as his bayonet on his crossbow there. And he also comes with a grenade. Homemade grenade, which is here. And then we come to the last one. Doeg. Head sculpt is hidden underneath this, but it's just a gas masked head. Looks pretty cool though. Got his gun, those backwards legs, got a rope around there. Now, what's really nice, he's got soft goods on his legs, but also this part here on his backpack, you can take this out, and this is in itself soft goods, so you can unravel the little blanket and lay it down for something. I don't want to do that now because I've got to ravel it back up and stick it back under these straps. And the backpack, is separate. It's not part of him. The back of the box wasn't clear on that, but obviously it comes separately. See, and that's why I don't want to take it out, because then putting it back in can be a pain. It's like the Amphista, the speeder from the AMM speeder. That one had soft goods too, which were amazing. Or was it the Marine speed? I forget which one. I'll stick in the videos either way, or both of those, which was amazing. But once you take it out, putting it back in was not the easiest of things, and I'd rather get it back nice and, there we go, nice and tidily looking. Come on. Okay, there we go. Just a peg pushing. The peg's at a funny angle. Look at that. It's sort of going down. But I guess it's so it goes in securely and it doesn't go against his back. And it doesn't overbalance him too much. But him leaning like that will. So great looking figures. Now let's talk about the weapon. So I will start with Nazar. Now, why would you put that on the bottom of the gun? The knife there. Now you can take it off, which is fantastic. But if that is there, he can only hold his gun one hand, because the other place to hold the gun is here, and he's going to stab himself with the knife. So you take it off. Now the gun does come apart as well. So you have a small sort of handheld machine gun you can put together. And what it does have, if you see here, there is, let's get a little zoom. Let me try zooming in. See if that will work. Okay, you can see there's a slot, or rather a slot there. There's a slot there. Slot the other side. You can take the ammo out, and there's a slot for the ammo. So even if this part here doesn't fit in many other places, in the future there should be options for doing other configurations, and it doesn't fit there. Just a shame that it's not all compatible with what comes in the box now, because I could have done other configurations with this. So the slot idea is fantastic, but having only one place for that is pretty poor. Now they do have the part here for a bayonet, but this doesn't fit that I can see as a bayonet, which is a shame, because really it should go, I can't go that way, it should go this way. So that could fit as a bayonet in his gun. That would have been even better, but I can't see how that fits at the moment. I don't want to force it. This plastic doesn't have too much give. Okay, so next one. We come to our Golgo. Golgo. So again, weapon in two parts. The clip does come out again. We can put together, get this great big weapon, but because it's so fat along here, he will struggle to hold that with 2 hands. So for me, that is another issue. That part hasn't been thought out. Having a narrower part here would be better. He can do it, but it won't look pretty. And again, you got a little slot there. Did the sides come out? No, the sides don't come out. Does the back come off? It looks like that, mate. Yeah. Also, the stock comes off too, which I didn't realise before, which is pretty cool. Go back to the first guy, and his stock looks like it comes off as well. Okay, so stock comes off on the first 2. Okay, so Chief Koren, almost Chief. He's a Karen. He complains, Chief Karen. So let's take his really hard to get out knife as well. There we go. So he comes with this crossbow. Now my issue with this is it's too long. It's too big. Too difficult for him to hold nicely with his 2 hands. Again, you've got a stock that does come out on the back. You've got the bayonet, which is just another dagger, which I've put in. I really don't want to take it out, which does snap in and snap out, which I don't like because it feels like it's going to break. Okay, so the bayonet does go in, so I put it in earlier and it does come out, but that also can fit on that sheath here on his back. It's just too long. It needs to be shorter. So if he's like this, if he holds it, I'll show you what I mean. He holds it really with 1 hand, so that's fine. But then holding it with another hand is not so easy. He can do it, but and his finger's a lot stiffer than previous Acid Rain mode figures. That's all right, but I just feel I just took his sheath off. That's all right, but I just feel it's too long. I think if it was small, it would look better. And then this homemade grenade here, which also got a slot on. Not sure you'd put in that, but never mind. Maybe that's for storing somewhere. And then lastly, we come to Doeg. Now, I purposely haven't put the front part of his gun on because I think it's too long as well. We'll go back to Chief Koren in a minute. So his gun, we can see that the scope comes off. We can see that the ammo comes off. And you can take the stock off. And you do get quite a nice looking pistol, to be fair. And then from that pistol part, you can add in the front parts, put the stock back on. That's his basic gun. Let's give it its scope now. There's the scope. And let's put the ammo in. Now, I would have preferred if all these slots were uniform. So anything can go anywhere. Now, obviously, putting a scope underneath would be stupid, but at least you have lots of options for customization. And again, there's nowhere really thin along here, which makes it easier for his hands to hold. So if I have him here, holding the handle was fine. The stock is like an underarm stock. Let me take his backpack off. But, you know, he's got great articulation in his bicep. But it's just getting this hand to grip on here. It wants to grip on that fat part there. If I go further away, it's not really a good grip. And, you know, he just looks a bit, I think, silly like that. Not the best look for him. It's all right. So I feel there's, I don't want to say they've been rushed. They haven't been rushed. You've been waiting for like, 7, 8 years. But I just feel a bit more thought. This is kind of almost an oxymoron. The guns are well thought out and not well thought out at the same time. They're thought out with the you can customize, take bits off, put bits on, but the sizing I think has been not so well thought out. Okay, what I didn't look at with Chief Koren, sorry. So he comes with his quiver with arrows, and no, you can't take the arrows out. They are just focus. They're just there. It feels like you might have to take all of them out, but you can't. And he comes with this rather menacing looking knife. Look at that. I mean, that is just evil looking. I stick it in his hand a second. And the fingers are so much stiffer this time around as well. He's even got a little finger guard there. There we go. Looks almost like a gun with a handle. Very cool. Okay, so let me go through articulation. I will go through articulation with two of the figures, since essentially you've got two different types. You've got the reversed leg and the normal leg style. So I will go through Nazar first, and then I will do, thank you, then I'll do Doeg after. So let's have a look. So bear in mind, articulation will differ slightly depending on the attachment. So head, he can move left and right, but you see his little tube came off his mouth when I went to the to our right. Then side to side he's got, and forwards backwards he's got. Arms all the way around. Lateral raise is not high on acid rain mode anymore, since they popped in this new shoulder system, which is hit and miss. So you can't get 190. These pipes popping out of there as well. Okay. He's got a shoulder roll, which means his shoulders go forwards like this and backwards, which is great, and small on the up and down. His bicep bend should be absolutely phenomenal. Look at that. Well over 90 degrees on each arm. He has got a trunk for forwards, backwards, side to side, and a small turn, and he can turn from the waist and small forwards, backwards, side to side from the waist too. But again, you'll pop out the little pipe, which I've just done again then. Then hips, forwards, not very far, backwards, pretty good to be fair. Outwards is all right, but the sculpting starts to get in the way. There's no upper knee, which should have been. There is a thigh twist. The lower knee is just a double kneecap, so you can get some really tight postures. And then the foot, there is a boot turn. There is a small tippy toe, not a great tippy toe. And there is a decent to good dorsiflexation. So articulation is not bad, it's pretty good, but for me, should have put at least a single kneecap, but preferably a double kneecap there as well. And I think, you know, they're going for so much aesthetics that is almost becoming a model, a display model more than a collectible toy. You know, because some of these things you can't move out something popping out. But I'm not complaining about that, because I think they look absolutely fantastic. The aesthetic is superb. Okay, let's go to Golgo. I actually know someone called Gugu. This is not quite Gugu, it's Golgo, or Golgo, which is close. He will have limited articulation head, so hardly anything in his head. You get a side to side, forwards, backwards, and a small turn. Shoulders, I've just taken off his, not broken it, I've taken off his pad. We'll go all the way around about the pad there. It's just a pin and a loop, which I will struggle to put on, or will I? Yeah, that's be really hard to put back on without taking his vest off. I'll leave it off for now. Outwards, not far, but he does have the shoulder roll. Bicep bend again, not quite as good as I was expecting because of the sculpting on his upper arm and his forearms. Trunk, really good on the trunk. And with waist, amazing. So that's really good. Sideways hips, sculpting's getting away, not very far. Forwards is alright. Backwards is, yeah. He's got is okay. He's got a good thigh twist, double kneecap, nice and tight. And then the feet again should have your boot turn, your tippy toe, your dorsiflexation. And what I missed off on Nazar is that you have the swivel in and out on the feet too. Not bad. All right, I'm going to pause this, set these up, and I come back and do a comparison. Okay, here they are posed up. So see, I've got my Doeg here in a sort of a walking pose, which he does do quite well, to be fair, and shooting, but quite difficult to balance him like this. There we go. Pretty damn cool. I do like that a lot. We've got Chief Koren there in a kneeling pose, throwing his grenade, and also with his crossbow. We've got Nazar here just standing up, holding his rifle, and then Golgo holding his rifle in a standing shooting pose. So they can be posed with their weapons, though it's not quite as easy as perhaps I would like. Okay, before we get to size comparison of the figures, we need to look at something else very important. We need to look at the means of transport that soul ghosts like to use when they're wandering around the toxic sound wastes. Is that going to fit over there? No, just about. The Gugees, however we want to pronounce it. If I ever meet Kit Lau again in Hong Kong or somewhere else, I'll ask him, how do you pronounce this? Gugees. Get all the pronunciations right. Let's get this into a shot here. I just put it with a few things on there. Okay, so compared to a normal acid rain weld saw ghost, it is a big beast. Its chin is basically at the top of a saw ghost head height. If I take one of the figures, I'll take Golgo here. Now, bear in mind, they're supposed to ride these. I'm not sure if it's he's the best figure to choose for it with his sculpting on his belt. You see his legs popping out of joint in there. No, I will do that in a second. Let me take, who's the other one? This one here. The chief himself. Take his knife out as well, and we'll see if he can fit on nicely or not. In fact, you know what? Let me just pause this again before I waste your time, and I'll set him up. Okay, set up. He does sit in it. He could sit a little lower, but they do look pretty cool. Now, one thing I just noticed, I didn't say on the articulation, every single one has double wave articulation in the hands. There's no gun articulation, all wave articulation. But that is a pretty nice setup of saw ghosts on the Gugees there. Okay, let's get an idea of size. Let me use another beast, a sci-fi beast, which could, I guess, be in the desolate waste that the saw ghosts inhabit. Stick this to the other side here. They could ride that, they could hunt that, they could be scared of it. It could be a predator or prey. I'll stick that one in the set of videos for you. Let's get another acid rain weld figure, the one I always use, made by buying lots of pieces online. Narinu Sentinel, who I've got a Fortnite fade HUD on it, who I think looks fantastic. And you see the saw ghosts are absolutely huge. They are, I can't even see him there. They are bigger. So if I stick him there, I'll stick one next to him here, my Golgo, if he'll stand up for me, and he is bigger by a long way. If I get my Doeg, standing up straight, we can see that he is towering above the Narinu Sentinel here. Far bigger. If I take a g.i.j.o.e mechanic, I'll take the alien beast. No, I'll move him across, we've got space. I'll take a g.i.j.o.e mechanic. Just move these across slightly. Put him here. Let's put the Narinu Sentinel next to him. Then we shift over Doeg, and put the g.i.j.o.e maintenance guy, mechanic, and you can see that there is a big difference in size. Okay, let's do one more size comparison. I still got room to squeeze another one in. In fact, let me just move my New Sentinel's arm backwards slightly so give it more space there. Okay. And pick you up again. Don't fall over. Let's put you to the side there. And I'll take a g.i.j.o.e Warhammer 40k figure because these are big boys. And you can see just how big, he jumped off, just how big the Saw Ghosts are. Almost the same, it was going so well, almost the same height as the 40k figure. In fact, the same height, I would say, just nowhere near as bulky because they're not armored and whatnot. So they are big, big figures. And they do look rather menacing too. Great job by Acid Rain World. I think they've knocked it out the park in terms of aesthetic, but I think there could have been some things thought out better. But having said that, I'm not complaining. I don't want to wait any longer. It was already like 7-8 years to get them. Good stuff. Okay, this is Awesome Ash Toys signing out, saying please like, share, subscribe, click on the notification icon, stay up to date with news, reviews, videos, etc. I'll be back soon with another awesome Ash Toys video for you guys. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye-bye.